People who go to the clubs for a couple hours out of the weekend and put on the black and the velvet and go home and put on their Dockers and khaki clothing, and that's the way they live the rest of their life throughout the week. And there are other people who like this lifestyle to be surrounding them at all times. They've incorporated in their home, such as Bridget and myself.
Our home for us is a sanctuary.
If you walk through the front door of my house, you won't necessarily say, this is Gothic, but it is. It's a Gothic sensibility.
But of course, the prerequisite candelabras that every Gothic home must have.
This room is like a coffin. When I come into my room, I'm accepting the deaths in this life that occur. And so I set the room up so that I can experience this healing.
This is my homage to demon piece.
This couch, 1890s, came from a whorehouse here in America somewhere.
If you took this same decor and you painted the walls purple or black, then it would be stereotypically goth.
This is my favorite painting in the whole world. It's called The Death of the Martyr by De La Roche, and it reminds me of the death of Ophelia. It's my favorite suicide in English literature.
This is the death wall. Also the magical laws, because death is life.
And this would be a memorial to my father, complete with the candelabra. He was murdered by my brother several years ago, so I like to pay homage to him.
Hey, how's it going? Come on in, don't be afraid. Right here through this doorway is my living room, living quarters. This right here is a casket that I picked up from a friend of mine. And my friend said, hey, I have two of them and I'll sell you one for $100. Actually, when I first moved into my single apartment, I had no bed, and for a year and a half I slept in it. I closed the lid because I'm not claustrophobic at all. And I had a little light set up in there and a couple of little tiny speakers where I can play tapes. Just a little thing going on in there. But people would come over and think I was a complete freak.
I have my own coffin. I decided that since these things are like so expensive and so fancy and so incredible that I'm going to have mine now, I was able to get a used one, which is far more exciting because it had bits of dried flowers in there and stuff, and it kind of smelled of formaldehyde. I had it altered so that I can sleep in it.
What the master plan is to take over the entire building with social vampires. Not exactly like psychotic vampires, people who think they're really vampires, just people who, you know, dress the part, move the part, are the part, appreciate art, poetry, music in that sense. So we're trying to take over the entire building and weed out the unwanted, so this entire structure will become solid in the Gothic vampirism scene.
I like living in this building. It's really great. Bunch of freaky vampires living in.
The neighbors that aren't Gothic are really pretty much terrified of us. One morning I woke up and there was garlic stuck to my front door. You know, you never really know what's going to go on in this building, but eventually they all moved out. They're a little too scared.